Hey guys, it's MangaReads and it's time for Hunter x Hunter manga chapter 367, and boy, I'm excited because what happened last week when we were closing off. We saw Clolo Lucifer, and this man was looking berserk. He was looking angry. He looked disconnected. His eyes were dark. And the last time we saw Clolo looking like this, an entire city was razed to the ground. Oh boy. So I don't know what's gonna happen this week. I'm at the front page actually, and I see Kurapika and Queen Oito and Prince Wall. Prince Wall, or Wobble. It's Wall actually. So anyway, before I get started into the actual chapter, there is some news that I have, because on my channel I am going to start doing live reactions and reviews for the Attack on Titan chapters. That's the manga chapters for Attack on Titan. I have been reading Attack on Titan way before my channel started, and I think it's time for me to start doing the manga. I've lost touch of the manga, to be honest with you guys, because of some of the things that's happening. I'm not really connected to it as much, but sure, let's have some fun, because I do realize the importance of what's happening. And in other news, I'm also going to start doing Noblesse. I don't know if you guys know Noblesse, but I've seen a fight for Noblesse and I've read like one chapter, like the most recent chapter. I think it's chapter 489 that I've read, and it's pretty interesting. I like what I'm seeing, so I'm going to give that a go. But for Noblesse, my main idea for Noblesse is to do it in live streams. But I haven't figured out live streams as yet. I tried doing it once. It was a horrendous fail. It made me feel stupid. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. We don't care. So until I get live stream up and running, I will do Noblesse live reactions. I won't do reviews so much because I'm way behind. But unless a chapter comes out that's really interesting, then I'll start Noblesse. So you know what? Let's get into Hunter x Hunter. That's why we're here. So Hunter x Hunter manga chapter 367, Yoshihiro Togashi Kurapika. And as you guys know, you follow along on your device as well, because I won't put the chapter up. I'll just read along and tell you what's happening and explain as I go along. So let's get started. So Kurapika is walking by Queen Oito, and we have the steel chain. That's a dolphin. I don't remember the dolphin's name, if it even has a name. And Queen Oito is thinking, now that we're actually looking for them, they're really hard to find, and that's what they're looking for. They're looking for insects to use as a scouting agent with the ability that Kurapika stole, or borrowed in this case. And Kurapika says, 5th Prince to Beppa's soldier will be coming soon. This is bad. If we don't find something soon, I'm going to be in a really bad shape. And because he's still using Emperor's time, right? And there's Bill and I don't remember the maid's name from 2 chapters ago, but I do know that she's important. We'll get to her soon. Now, what are those guys rummaging around for? Are they looking for a listening device or something? Then abilities. They said it allowed one to see something that is normally invisible. So is the reason they're all searching for something and attempt to hide that fact? And clearly these guys are scouting, but I think they're also good. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, because at this stage, guys, I don't trust anyone. I know that some of the princes seem cool, but this is war. Ding dong. It's Mar. And Mar is from 5th Prince to Beppa's team. Kurapika says to let him in because, Bill answered the phone. So the conversation starts. The captain of Prince to Beppa's royal army is about to arrive. We've reached a peace agreement with him under the condition that we share information regarding Nen. In order for them to confirm that information we will give is of equal value to their agreement, and to ensure they don't have any doubts or suspicions, I would like all of the bodyguards to be present. I shall speak with them in the guards' waiting room. Meanwhile, please take care of everyone else. Bill. The reason he's purposely chosen the room furthest back is that he wants us to search all the rest of the rooms while he's gone. So Bill is onto something. Bill is smart. Be like Bill. Wait, I would like the queen and the prince to be present with us as well. That's not good. And Kurapika looks concerned. Acquiring information and protecting the Queen and Prince are both the highest priorities of my mission. As a matter of national security, I must insist. Understood. Your Highness, this way if you would. Shimano and I will look for a bulb. If we find what we will capture. And Shimano is the name of the maid that I never remembered from earlier on. And she's the one who gave Kurapika all the information and all the princes that she thought was best to cooperate with. Very well then, we shall change the room to the main bedroom. The guard's waiting room still has the weight of all those debts hanging over it. Where are you so intent on moving? We can just have the conversation here in the living room, can't we? This guy's a pain in the ass. He's doing all he can to keep the initiative out of our hands. That's what Kurapika is thinking, and Kurapika replies, people were just killed here as well. Try and consider the Queen's peace of mind. Creating an environment that will put as little stress as possible on her is also part of our job. You should have no grounds to object on this. Kurapika is that, boy, I love the way he argues. A very compelling argument, and that's what Yao says are Mao. I think Mao is the Chinese word for cat. Yes, I don't like cats very much. I, of course, have no intent of inflicting any stress upon the Queen's state of mind either. I'd like to move forward quickly. Is that alright with you, Private Royal Guard of the First Prince? And this, I'm telling you, these guys are assholes. I'm sure having this many people accompany us is probably not in your plans. And Mao says it's not a problem. All we desire is information, and then his face literally looks like it sounds like that. His face looks really old, sad, and tired. It looks really slow. And this is him talking again. Besides, information is only valuable if you know how to use it. Kurapika says, I agree. He is incredibly confident. Kurapika is pretty damn intuitive. I must admit that. He reminds me of a Itachi. But we're not comparing anime or manga here, guys. But when it comes to Nen, the truth isn't limited to just what you can see with your eyes, and that's what Kurapika is thinking. I'm hoping that Kurapika doesn't give them all the information that they need, because in a situation like this, you want to have something held back that can help you if you're in a tough spot. And I don't put betrayal out of the question. I don't know that some of the princes have noble causes, but like I said, guys, I don't trust anybody. And Kurapika continues to say, and so these Nen beasts are living beings that possess Nen abilities born from the jar ceremony. They use the prince's auras as their energy source. And since the princes are their hosts, they have a duty to protect them. There's a typo here that says they have a duty. That's wrong. Since they are greatly influenced by the dispositions and personalities of the princes, we cannot make any assumptions as to their powers or forms. The only commonality across all of them is their objective to protect the prince. But there is no guarantee that's their highest priority. And Kurapika eyes over to Queen Oito, and Queen Oito is looking around like she looks so suspicious. She's like, to the left, look to the right. I don't see anything. Prince Wall is still sleeping. That guy is scared. So many people getting killed, and he's just minding his own business. And right here on page 6, we found our first insect. That looks to be, I don't know what the fuck that is. That could be anything. It's a cockroach. Yuck. But if I am being honest though, cockroaches aren't so bad. They can survive a nuclear holocaust, the last time I heard. You know, radiation and shit like that. So they're pretty damn persistent. So Kurapika sees what I said. Found one. Damn it! Why it have to be now? What do? I can't let this chance go, but I can't reveal mine, or rather the Queen's power. But it's not the Queen's power. You borrowed that ability, and everybody's looking at the cockroach. A cockroach? So that is what they're looking at. But their reaction to it seems a little too nervous. This guy is a pain in the ass. Trust me. You guys know who I'm talking. He's the guy from Prince Benjamin's group. And remember, he's there to kill and, get information, and then. So we probably want to take care of that guy. And the Queen says, what are you doing just staring there? Hurry up and catch it. It's filthy. Good cover. Don't you dare kill it here. Go dispose of it somewhere else. And this guy is looking. Understood. So what should we do? Shall I give you a boost? And men in suit are trying to capture a cockroach. I've never seen this before. I see. Now we'll be able to capture it without arousing suspicion and look for a chance. And that's Kurapika thinking. Kurapika is thinking while looking at the guy, but is it going to be possible to secretly use this ability while avoiding detection from Bhavimaina and the others? And Bhavimaina is that guy from Prince Benjamin's group, the one with the fluffy hair, and he's a pain in the ass. So pain in the ass is Bhavimaina. Remember, Bill Shimano, come here a moment. Yo guys, last week I was reading this chapter and I was like, who the fuck named these guys? That was pretty good just now. Bill is looking and Kurapika and everyone is just there staring. Something's about to happen. Capture that cockroach. Understood. But do it using Nen. Huh? And Kurapika is informing him to use Nen. Oh, I see. So Kurapika is going to literally use the ability to capture the insect as a display of how Nen works. And then that will not arouse suspicion while allowing him to get the ability of the queen to be used. Interesting. Kurapika is pretty smart. And these are thought bubbles, guys. It would probably be impossible to hide. So instead, I'll just have to put it on display. Same thing I was thinking. And Kurapika says, a picture is worth 1,000 words. And since we've been presented with this golden opportunity, I'm telling you, Kurapika is pretty damn impressive. I do like his intelligence. Kurapika says, I'll use that cockroach to showcase Nen. And everyone's looking stunned. Of course, with a little falsehood thrown in. And, well, the falsehood would be that the queen is the one using it and not Bill, but whatever. Hang on a second. I don't even have Nen powers that can capture any insect alive. He's a manipulator type Nen user. So just as its name implies, a manipulator is someone who can control objects or living things. They're going to reveal their power on their own. If his aura hits the bug, his ability will be activated. What the heck is he thinking? Bill doesn't get what's happening as yet. Bill will now project his aura at that cockroach. Although you may not be able to see the aura yourself, in the exchange that will follow, we shall prove the existence of his Nen power. And Bill just realized what's happening because, guys, go back to page 9, okay? And if you look at page 9, Bill is standing right in front, well, right between Kurapika and Queen Oito. And the cockroach is in a direct line of sight with all of them. So it's very easy for Bill to move his hand and let them think that he's the one using Nen, and the queen to use the ability that was, well, I won't say stone, that was borrowed, and use the cockroach. So it would seem as if Bill is the one using the Nen while it would be the queen. And that's perfectly what's happening here. Bill never got onto it until just recently when Kurapika said, although you may not be able to see the aura yourself, in the exchange that will follow, we shall prove the existence of his Nen power. And that's what made Bill realize that, oh, and here's Bill saying, oh, I get it now. Queen Oito will do it. Same thing I was saying. He wants me to create a distraction. Perfect. So it's interesting what's happening here because, you know, things are really working out for Kurapika. And Bill says, here I go. But guys, also, pain in the ass. He knows Nen. So if he uses Gyo, you'll realize that there's a rule. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen. So Bill sets the move to make a move, or, well, he's just tricking them. And Queen thinks, Kurapika and I are the only ones that can see Stealth Dolphin. Oh yes, no. I don't think so, given that you might be able to see it with Gyo. But Stealth Dolphin is Kurapika's ability. So maybe there's a condition on Stealth Dolphin that says that only the user or the holder of Stealth Dolphin can see Stealth Dolphin. But it's still essentially Nen, so it should be able to be seen by Gyo. So we don't know yet. I'm just going to go by the fact that only Kurapika and the Queen can see Stealth Dolphin. And the Queen continues, with no visual indication of the ability, everyone around will assume that Bill is the one that used it. And Bill says, go for it, aura. What the Bill literally just said, go for it, aura. Bill is like, aura, away. That's some busy type shit right there. And Stealth Dolphin said, Lady Oito, the ability is ready to be activated at any time. And Lady Oito says, activate! But I don't think she shout that out because, you know, that would really catch attention. Bill points at the cockroach and Stealth Dolphin goes straight after it. And everyone's looking. So the cockroach is caught. And I don't think they can see it given that their eyes haven't really lit up very much. And Stealth Dolphin says, synchronization complete. Synchronization complete. It says that twice. Lady Oito, you have now acted into the target's senses. You can now control the target freely. So now she's seen in the eyes of a cockroach. That must be creepy. It's not moving. Did you really do something to it? And this guy says, are you just bullshitting us because you think we don't have powers? Come on, you don't have powers. You guys are weaklings. You're fodder. The real big man is Crollo and Hisoka and Kurapika. You guys are shit. Bill says, activating ability. And the queen, something is wrong with the queen. Ah, are you alright? After everything that's happened, I'm really worn out. Please let me rest a while. Please take care of the Prince Shimanao. And the queen is gone. And she's going to lay down and close her eyes because I think at this moment she can see through the eyes of the cockroach. So Kurapika thinks, with her eyes closed in that posture, no one will ever suspect that the queen is the one controlling it. Whoa, the queen is pretty sly. Does anyone have any requests? Try to come up with something very specific and completely unnatural for it to do normally. And Pain in the Ass says, let's see. Have it fly through the air, flowing where your finger points, and then in the end, have it land on your fingers. Bill says, my finger? Seriously? A pen will do just fine, won't it? Pain in the ass is a pain in the ass for a reason, and the queen is controlling it. It's flying. Whoa! You've never seen a cockroach fly before? Where do you live? First, I'll have it spin clockwise, and it's spinning, and he's moving his finger like he's tricking them. Then I'll have it spin on end like a Ferris wheel, and it's spinning. And now a figure eight, and it does the figure eight. So this is pretty interesting because it's literally controlling everything that the cockroach does. And he pushes the pen up into a landing, and it lands on the pen. Indeed, I don't think you could explain this any other way. And it doesn't look like some kind of device. Well then, I'll go dispose of this. I'm best guessing someone's gonna stop him. Even more powerful nen abilities can be used depending on their conditions for activation. There are many kinds of conditions such as mental, physical, environmental, and quantitative ones. But the main principle is high risk, high return. And that's Kurapika saying it. Even acquiring a basic ability, you could multiply your normal power by many times, even tenfold or higher. Therefore, this creates a vast difference in the battle power between a nen user and someone who is not. I do not exaggerate when I say that the difference is even greater than between an adult and a child. And Kurapika shows his change. So I guess this is where he's going to continue tricking Prince Benjamin and his henchmen that he's a manipulator. And Kurapika says, Bhavimaina? And that's asshole. That's pain in the ass. You're a nen user too, are you not? Do you have anything to add or clarify in my explanation so far? And that's after showing its chains. And Bhavimaina, pain in the ass, says, no, I have no problems with it by and large, but I think they probably want to cut down to the art of the matter, don't you think? Are we able to gain the use of this ability in a short time or not? Yes or no? Kurapika says, in short, it's possible. And everybody looks really interesting. Everybody's like, yep, I'm very interested in this. To be specific, it would take 2 weeks to learn the very fundamentals. With that much, you will be able to not be completely defenseless. With that much, you will be able to not be completely defenseless against an enemy's nen attack, thus drastically reducing the danger you will be put in. I don't think that was worded nice. It doesn't sound nice. Hang on, you don't mean you're going to teach nen to all of us, do you? Exactly. But I have one condition. I'm going to give this proposal to all the other princes as well. I will give the decision of whether or not to participate to each of them. I see he's willing to go that far in order to create a stalemate. He's definitely not an opponent that can be dealt with by any other means. And that's Bhavimaina, or Aso, the guy from Prince Benjamin's crew that's here to kill Kurapika and the rest. He seems pretty interested in what's happening because he's analyzing Kurapika's every move and the situation at hand, and he realizes that Kurapika has no interest in the fight being taking place now. That's why Kurapika will teach them nen. Because remember guys, some of the princes know nen, right? And if all the princes know nen, then those guys who know nen do not have much of an advantage anymore, given that they don't know the others' nen abilities. So if Kurapika teaches everybody nen, then that would make a stalemate. In other words, it would make it pretty interesting because those guys who had nen before can't really go in recklessly because they don't have the advantage anymore. I think I repeated myself, but nah, never mind it, guys. So Bhavimaina is thinking. From the looks of it, I'm absolutely sure he's the one that's directing everything. And he says, Bhavimaina continues to think. The fact that they let the cockroach escape through the exhaust port means that Bill's ability probably allows him to use any captured. Oh, so he knows that Bill is the one. So I'm starting over. The fact that they let the cockroach escape through the exhaust port means that Bill's ability probably allows him to use any captured being for surveillance purposes. Now I need to figure out Kurapika's ability. Kurapika says, well, Bhavimaina is strict, if I might add, because for one, Bill isn't the one that's using the ability. It's not Bill's ability. It's not Kurapika's ability. It's not even the freaking Queen's ability. And for 3, well, that's 5. For 5, the ability that Kurapika is about to show for his ability is not the full story. You're going to look like Yuvo getting killed. Kurapika thinks Bhavimaina is using his Nen on the entirety of the room 014, and that's room 14 for the 14 prints. I went through this last week, and that's not room 014, it's actually room 1014. He's quite skilled. He's probably being fully aware of all of Bill's movement as well, which means it's possible he may arrive at the fact that it was the Queen who used that ability. How it affects his subsequent actions once he realizes that. So Kurapika is thinking ahead. And the roach is moving through. I'm thinking these are the air vents, and it's making gains, like it's freaking running. It's really running. And this is Shimano and the Queen, and they are looking at the air vent. And the Queen thinks, first we'll start with 13 Prince Mariama's room. I'll need to confirm the NBs along with the position of. This is worded badly, guys, so I'll just start over and fix it. I'll need to confirm the NBs along with the position of all the bodyguards and employees. And she's looking through the vent, goes out, and there's a freaking NBs over the. Oh, we've seen this NBs last week. There it is, peeping through the cockroach's eyes. And there's an NBs right there with the Queen and the 13th Prince. The 13th Prince seems to be a boy. And this NBs looks like it's a dragon. But it's a mermaid. A man mermaid that is on steroids. It lifts weights. It's on steroids. But its mother is a mermaid. Its father is a crocodile that was crossbred with a horse. Because you see the mane in its back. I don't know what the hell this is. Like, these land beasts are messed up. But guys, that's the chapter. You can look at page 19 at the bottom, and you will see the land beasts I'm talking. He's a crossbreed with his mother being a mermaid. And it's a man. His father was a crocodile that was crossbred with an horse. So, you know, there is a whole lot of origin that was happening down there. I don't know why a horse was down in the sea, but whatever. So, guys, that was a chapter. I will do a review soon. I also have other stuff coming out. So, you know what? Like the video if you did. Comment and subscribe. And remember, we need to kill Bhavimaina. We need to get rid of asshole. This pain in the ass. He knows something. And given that we don't know his ability, as I said, I would like to think that he's more of a surveillance style, given that he's been observing the entire room all this time. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it.